All right, everybody. Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi. Let's get this started. Oh gosh. I just realized I'm not even hiding my... What the heck is going on? Can I fix my webcam, please? Make that full screen. Hello, everyone. My gosh. It is so good to see y'all here. Oh, take off the glasses. Oh, stop the music. We don't need the music anymore. All right. Welcome, everyone, to day 2 of the Kane-Not-Kosugi 2024 Marathon. Yep, I got the music. Thanks, Billy. We are here with day 2 of 6. So, a third of the way through. Pretty wild, you know? We got some cool stuff coming in. Tomorrow is actually going to be the Sasuke 42 review with a thumbnail made by none other than Billy Vids. Hint, hint, wink, wink, cough, cough. Please help. I sent you something, Billy. Please. Please. Flop ball. Because I have the attention span of a child. Flop ball. Ah! There we go. Oh! Thank you, Billy. Bless. Everyone thank Billy in the chat for making thumbnails for the marathon, because he's the GOAT at thumbnails, not at videos. My videos are better. Don't subscribe to Billy Vids. Subscribe to me instead. All right. With that said, let's just jump right into it, right? Like, you guys already know what we're doing. We've been here many times. Shane has just told us that he is here. I was gonna make a crude joke there, but yeah. Oh well. Yeah, for those of you who have not been here before for ranking season, that's what I like to call it, ranking season. I'm ranking things. There's gonna be 3 different lists this year, as always. There's gonna be ranking the finales, ranking the specials, and ranking the shows. Today is gonna be ranking the finales. Ta-da! New setup. I can make the chat box a little bigger here, too. There we go. Cool. Will Kane stay silent for Sasuke? That is the question of the hour, more or less. Was this Google Slides or PowerPoint? This is Google Slides, because I only really know how to Google Slides. I don't really know how to PowerPoint. Also, I'll get to that later. But, yes. So, there were 7 Ninja Warrior finales. And, I'm ranking them all. Where's the first? Yes, the Super Ninja Kids review is unlisted. They are on the Ninja Master server in terms of the links. So, if you find them on there, you can watch them. I will not go into why they are unlisted. That's for later. That's a story for another time. There will probably be some sort of explanation someday. Anyways, ranking all the 2024 Ninja Warrior finales. Now, what is a finale? It's just the last rounds of competition that determine the winner of a Ninja Warrior show. No qualifiers or semifinals are included in the ranking of this list. There will be a separate video with that factored in coming out on December 31st. The format can be the stages of Midoriyama, or they can be something completely different. So, you know, this is just whatever determines last man standing, last woman standing, whether someone or not, someone achieves Kanzen Seiha or not. So, yes, all my reviews are unlisted. Anyways, with that said, there are spoilers coming ahead for every single ninja show in 2024. Number 7 is Garemon 2. For those who don't know what it is Iran's racing show. It is an unlicensed ninja show. I'll be talking more about the show itself in the show ranking on December 31st. But in terms of the finale, the course was pretty much the same the entire season, and that carried over to the finale. Course was stale. There were a lot of fluff pieces. A lot. And during every single run, um, they play the same song, and it just got too repetitive. It was like a bad type of earworm. So I can't. It was bad. The top one. It's 7 races over 2 fucking hours. Yeah. The way it worked was they had 8 finalists, and they were put into a bracket, and they raced each other. And honestly, the races were pretty good. And the course, all things considered, I thought was all right. Like it was fine when they were actually competing. The problem was the top 8, that's 4 races. Then you go to the semifinals, that's 2 extra races. And then the finals, the championship match, that's 1 race. So that's 7 races total. The first 4 races were a single hour-long episode. So if you do the math, that's 1 race every 15 minutes. And then the semifinals and the championship were 3 races in an hour. So that's 1 race every 20 minutes. Everything in between that were fluff pieces. Awful, awful, long, 20-minute fluff pieces. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So, yeah, this show has potential if it starts doing 30-minute episodes instead of hour-long episodes. Like that's my honest opinion. But because it is hour-long episodes, and they decided to make these 7 races 2 hours when it could have been 1, yeah, it's dead last. At number 6 is Super Ninja Kids finale. The pros of this are honestly about the competition. From a competitive standpoint, the courses are beautiful. Super Ninja Kids has one of the coolest looking sets of all ninja shows, period. The colors are great. The obstacle sizes are awesome. The backdrops are crazy. The lighting is great. So the courses look amazing on this show. I also like seeing the different scenarios in the super final, which was essentially the power tower. For those who don't know, the Super Ninja format, everyone runs the finals, and then the top 2 finishers make it to the super final to race for the winner, the championship title of Super Ninja. Super Ninja Kids had 3 age divisions, so there were 3 of those finals in a single episode. And I thought that was, honestly pretty solid. I think, the pacing was pretty good. But with that, in one of the divisions, only 1 person cleared the finals course. So only 1 person went on the super final and had to run not against someone, but under a time limit, kind of like the final stage of a ninja show. So it was just cool to see something different, and it made me understand the format better. I really appreciate it. However, there were a lot of traumatic things going on, a lot of children crying, a lot of just heavy things, and a lot of long fluff pieces about the children crying and these heavy things. And that really, really drags it down. I can't stress it enough. It drags it down quite a lot. So Super Ninja Kids is number 6. Number 5 is going to be Super Ninja 3. The pros are very good. The time limit aspect of it, every time when we get to 2 people who clear the course, the time limit is the time it took for second place to clear the course. So that way you have to be in the top 2 no matter what. It's cool because the time limit can shrink down and down and down. It has a great looking course. It's massive. It's huge. And they do a really good job at catching all of those crazy camera angles. And the shock value is definitely high because, quite frankly, Kevin Carbone was the top seeded athlete coming into the finals, and he whiffed in the middle of the course because he was rushing. And I fully thought that he was going to make it to the top 2. So, it was wild. There were a lot of other crazy fails, which I'll talk to in a bit. But lastly, there was a malfunction. They had Deja Vu, and the wire on Deja Vu kept getting stuck around one of the cradles. And they actually fixed that problem and gave the people who got affected by it reruns, which I really respect. I appreciate that a lot. So, shout out to them for that. The cons are, the finale is about 5.5 to 6 hours long. 33 people ran, and over half of them fell on the very first obstacle. Thank you, Billy. Yeah, over half of them fell on the very first obstacle. And it just did not make for a very entertaining course at all. It didn't make for an entertaining episode, especially the first episode with the lower seeded athletes, where it was just someone failing the first obstacle, and then the first obstacle again, and then maybe the second obstacle, and then the first obstacle again. Like, it was just, it was, that first obstacle was too difficult. As much as I love it, I think it would have been better in the middle of the course to actually be like a proper ninja killer and not something that kills all the tension. And then Clement Sol, this is a nitpick, but I have never seen Clement go slower in a race in my life. I don't know why he took so long. It is quite literally a tower to climb, and he is a climber and a pro ninja. So I don't really get why he was going so slow, but shout out Ole Yannick for beating Clement Gravier. And it was a pretty good super final overall. I don't know why he went so slow. I'll ask him next time. I don't know. Coming in at number 4 is Sasuke 42. Sasuke 42 was like the definition of controlled chaos. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because the video's coming out tomorrow. I literally just have to finish up editing. Yes, Kevin Carbone was on Super Ninja. Sasuke 42 had some pretty cool stuff. I liked that Stage 2 did something to the field. I liked Miyaoka's runs. I liked the shock falls. I like seeing some extra improvements because I don't like when people are falling on the same obstacle over and over every tournament. Stage 1 is where my problems come from. As you can see, all of my cons are about Stage 1. So, yeah. I have a hard time with it. I will get into more detail on it by tomorrow. When the video comes out tomorrow, you will understand where I'm coming from with this. And I will say from this moment on, like, Super Ninja 3 was like all right. It was like an all right finale because this part right here of people failing the first obstacle, it just took out so many people that it brings the enjoyment down. This right here from Sasuke 42 onward is where I really start to enjoy the finales. You know what I'm saying? Like, these final rounds, these final few on the list from Sasuke onward, number 4 to number 1, this is where I start enjoying myself watching it. So I will say that I didn't hate Sasuke 42 the way I hated like 41. That's for sure. But we'll get to that tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the Sasuke 42 review, which is part 3 of our 6-part Kane-Not-Kosugi Marathon. Kicking off our podium is Ninja Warrior Poland Season 9. It had one of the best and most dramatic cons and reveals in ninja history. For those who don't remember, Jan Tatarovic made it up the tower with 0.1 seconds left, and it was like a photo finish to where I had to go back in an episode of Soapbox frame by frame on Premiere Pro to like see if it was actually real or if it was rigged, and he got it. But they didn't know because the lights flashed red. So when they brought him down, he was standing there and they were just waiting for the official call. And when they revealed it to him, this dude broke down like tears of joy. It was like one of the most wholesome moments in a ninja show, in my opinion. I gotta respect that. I also have to respect, like, again, all 4 stages. 24 athletes started on stage 1. All of them are shown, and you see them go throughout all 4 stages in 85 minutes. 85 minutes. That's talent. That is the pacing that I prefer out of all of my ninja shows. Like, I wish that more shows did it that quickly because it was balanced pretty well. I really enjoy the finales of Poland in recent years, at least. The con is that the course is pretty much the same as it's been since about season 6. And I like the season 6 courses. It's just gotten a little stale. And it wasn't very surprising to me that people were beating these nerfed courses, essentially. Obviously, if someone's doing a bigger course like a Vegas or a Sasuke, it looks bigger and flashier. Poland doesn't have that. But I'll give them this. They didn't have a Kanzen until this season, so they had no reason to change the course until next season. And next season, they're doing some big changes. I've seen a couple of things, and I'm not excited about it. I personally, Poland 9, it was fun. I just wish the courses were a little cooler, a little more original, a little more diverse, but it was a good time. Coming in at number 2 is Ninja Warrior Germany Season 9. Whoa. Number 2, Ninja Warrior Germany Season 9. I think it was a good return to form for Germany. The pacing was better because the clear rates were higher, so you could actually space things out properly. You had some pretty decent final stage attempts. You know, we had Sandro whiffing the salmon ladder, which was surprising, but then you had, you know, we just had a good variety of fails across all stages on different things. And I always appreciate that. It wasn't like one specific obstacle tanked everything. Even on stage 3, you can see here my con, Peg Cloud. Peg Cloud's build screwing over Max Gerner and so many others. Philip Gothert, like, it's a bummer. It's a bummer that it happened, and course malfunctions are never fun, but it also kind of saved us from getting like 6 or 7 people on the final stage, which I think would have been too much. And people fell before and after the Peg Cloud on stage 3 anyways. So, like, I'm going to give him credit where credit's due. There is that. We also had Nicola Wolf clearing stage 1. We had not seen a female competitor clear the first stage in Ninja Warrior Germany for 3 years. And she almost got to stage 3 as well, timing up on the water walls at the very end of stage 2. So, like, she put up a hell of a fight, and that was awesome. That was really, really cool. I really enjoyed this. I do think some of the interviews went on for a bit long, but at the same time, you know, some of the interviews actually were important. Like, they interviewed Nicola quite a bit, and I was like, okay, that makes sense, because she was last woman standing. She got the prize. She did something historic. Like, there are times where it was warranted, and there are other times where I was like, something else I did not put here. What's up, Jakari? Something else I did not put here was that the commentators were not up to their usual shenanigans on the finale. And they're a little goofy sometimes in the qualifiers, trying to do like little comedy bits in between just for extra footage to fill some dead air. But no, not this time. They were all business, so shout out to them. I'll give them that. But that does mean, let me hear it. You already know what number 1 is, because process of elimination. How do you guys feel about it? The number 1 ninja finale of 2024 was American Ninja Warrior Season 16. You had some shocking fails on stage 1 with RJ Roman and Enzo Di Ferrari Wilson, and you also had a pretty close run again by Taylor Green. Same for Isabella and Addie. Like, there were some good runs. Good runs on stage 1. Shocks, fast clears, beast mode stuff. It was cool. I also liked that this stage honestly felt like anyone could go anywhere. So there's that. Stage 2's races were freaking stacked. Stage 2's runs were super, super entertaining. I understand. I would have preferred a normal stage 2 as well. But given the stage 2 we got, I'm pretty happy with it. It was honestly really cool. The matchups were pretty fair. Yeah. This was not the Jared Boyd debacle. That was season 15, not 16. And yes, I mean 2024 Polish Ninja Champion, RJ Roman. There were a lot of highs and lows on stage 3 as well. I mean, come on, man. Everyone was expecting Daniel Gill to dog walk stage 3 because he got it in 15. The Joe Moravsky fall broke so many of you guys. That is an all-time classic run from A&W. Like, pardon me, don't act like this just delivered banger after banger for runs. Classic runs. And I say classic not because they're like, oh, like, it's not classic like Casey Catanzaro's run. But when you think of the all-time runs, people are going to look back on this, and they're going to look back on specific runs from this season that are historic. Joe's fall, RJ's fall, Vance winning twice. Like, you had Vance and Caleb winning. The final stage was pretty solid too. Like, dude, the crash out was crazy when Joe fell and Reddit found out. That was hilarious and sad. But yeah, no, like, this was a good finale. As much as we want to give crap to, like, the format, as much as people dislike the format and everything, this was just, like, if the results of season 15 were good. And surprise, surprise, it actually was good. My big con is that I would have liked to have seen all of the people who cleared stage 2 to move on. I understand that that's the rules of the races and whatnot, but you know, I just, that's the purist in me. I would have liked to have seen everyone move on. And as Evan said earlier in the chat, we would have had James McGrath on stage 3, which would have been freaking crazy. That would have been awesome. So, man, I really flew through this. 22 minutes, and we finished the whole list. Oh, man. Crazy. Crazy. With that, everybody, that is my list. Is there anything you guys want to talk to me about? Is there anything you want to agree, disagree on? Let's go for it. Why, Jakari, why are you concerned? Because if you say your number one finale is Sasuke 42, I'm calling recency bias. Respectfully, Sasuke 42 was not a bad tournament, but the recency bias better not make you call it number one. Okay, I mean, at least that. At least it's not. Now, keep in mind, guys, again, this doesn't include qualifiers and semifinals. Sasuke's always focused too much on the celebrities. Alt 1. Absolutely. Keep in mind, again, when I factor in the qualifiers and semifinals for my show ranking video, which is going to be the final video of the marathon, the list is different. The list is quite different, actually. Let me take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. So first place is different. Second place is different. Third place is different. Fourth place is different. Fifth place is different. Sixth place is different. Every single placement, when I factor in qualifiers and semifinals, is different from the list I just gave you. That's a lie. One is the same. I won't tell you which one it is. 6 of the placements are different than the list I just gave you, which is kind of freaking wild, honestly. So, there's that. There's that. You know what? I'm nice. I'll do this real quick. Let me see if I can whip this up. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. My respect for Hikakin went up way more this tournament. Like, genuinely, after this tournament, I'm like, I'm okay if Hikakin stays. Oh, gosh. I'm going to make a quick new list for you guys just because I didn't expect to go through this that fast. Didn't Hikakin lose weight too? Like, bro is actually working out. Like, he's been doing stuff. I'm not going to go as far as to say that he's been working out specifically for Sasuke or whatever, but, like, he's been working out. So, like, yeah. All right, let me do this real quick. Nope. Fix yourself. Bang. 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 I haven't watched Spodan, and I'm not going to pretend I care to watch Spodan, because I really don't care to watch Spodan. Respectfully, Spodan is just the sequel to Sportsman. After Sportsman got axed, it was, you know, it's like reboot the same way. It's basically the Sasuke Rising of Sportsman. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Would I still stand by AEW 16 in top 5? Maybe. I think it's in like, it's 5, 6, or 7. Like, it's in that range. It's in the top half, absolutely. I definitely wouldn't put it lower than 8. And I could see myself probably saying 5 or 6 still. Crap. I'm doing this wrong. Here we go. I'm going through. I'm literally. You're watching me make a list on the fly. It's hilarious. There is not a single new obstacle in AEW 17. I'll just say that. There's not a single new obstacle in AEW 17. They're all old school. Or, yeah, I can't really think of too many from 15 or 16. I actually don't think I can really think of any from 15 or 16 that were like created from 15 or 16. Number 7. Sorry, y'all. This is taking some time for me. I'm just a little... This is a tough list for me, and you'll understand why when you see it. I'll probably go with... Oh! Someone wants to be fed. I'll feed her in a bit. Miyagota. And dude, that Miyaoka was fun. What is the worst third stage obstacle that originated in Monster 9 era? The jumping rings. It was like the most unoriginal whatever. That was dumb. Yeah. Jumping rings was stupid. Yeah, 4 more to make. I'm ranking number 4. I'm gonna go. Into the top 3. Hi, what's up? Oh, wait, wrong one. And number 1. I think this list is honestly going to surprise you guys. Actually, I think this list is really going to surprise you guys. But keep in mind, I whipped up this list in a matter of less than 10 minutes. So make a Ninja Warrior course for Calypso? I would love to. I'm actually, like, heavily considering it. Okay. Okay. Oh, this will be an interesting one. All right, a new list. I am ranking all of the 2025 Ninja Warrior shows based off of how hyped I am for it. So this is purely just based off of what I know and how excited I am as a result. Yeah. Again, as a reminder, I have made this list in 10 minutes. This will probably, like, by the time I wake up tomorrow, this list will probably be outdated. But it'd be funny. You know, it's just funny to have this here. I'd love to look back on this someday and just laugh at it if I end up hilariously wrong about how excited I am. But this is just about how excited I am. Now, excitement doesn't come from, like, pure joy all the time. Excitement can come from curiosity. It can come from dread, like people are excited to hate watch something. People might be excited to be like, oh, let's see how this turns out. And then some people could be just excited because they're genuinely, like, hyped about something. So this is kind of like a mixture of all three. It's not just like what fanboy Kane wants. It's the gears turning in my head. Will Thailand be included? Great question. Not included are Greece, Thailand, and Latin America. We have no info on these shows. They're still in development. We have not seen any trailers. They have not filmed. There's like applications out, but that's it. So we don't even know what obstacles they're going to be yet. I can't rank them. I can't rank them. There are 9 on this list, and we'll start off with number 9, Super Ninja Kids Season 2. I'm not excited to watch more kids just absolutely get destroyed mentally and emotionally over obstacles. It's really, like, just not ideal. My dad's calling me. And I'm streaming, so sorry, Dad. If you're watching this, Dad, sorry. Yeah. Number 8, Ninja Israel 6. On one hand, you know, there's a lot to be excited about in the sense that we are coming off of a time where, like, where we last left the show off, we had a back-to-back Kanzen and a 16-year-old Kanzen. And, like, that's wild, you know? And now those people have gone on to train some ninjas who are incredibly strong. Like, the ninja teens in Israel can hang with the ninja teens in the United States. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. They're really good. Speaking firsthand, like getting to train with them or watch them train when they came out to Worlds. They're awesome. The pacing will probably still suck, though. Pacing's probably really bad. So, like, their editing has always been awful, and I have a feeling they wouldn't change that. So that's why it's lower. Number 7 is Super Ninja 4. Check the typo, that extra I in Ninja, that capital I. I think Super Ninja always has, like, a really cool format, a really cool everything else. Oh, hold on. Yes, for sure. Got you, Dad. All right, I'm going to call my dad after this stream. Anyways, yeah, there's always potential with the format for Super Ninja to honestly be like a top 3, top 2, potentially even number 1 ninja show of the year. They have really long fluff pieces, though, and that does kind of balance it out. So, yeah. Jakari, watch yourself. I'm not trying to say anything. Number 6 is Season 10 of Ninja Warrior Germany. It's the anniversary season. They seem to all be talking about it as the anniversary season as far as the competitors go, so they're definitely treating this with a bit more importance. There's a lot of threats to win. You know, we got 3 finalists before. The 2 other finalists who made it in the previous seasons is also going to be, you know, they made it to stage 3. They could easily make it back. I am worried that they're going to mess up stages 1 and 2. I genuinely am. Like, I am too nervous for it to be just excited for Germany 10. A little too nervous for it. Yeah. Because we've seen what happens when they mess up stage 1 and or stage 2. And then we've seen what happens when they do really good. I'm hoping they do really good. But without knowing, I gotta put it here. Number 5, Poland Season 10. They are racing. Set Leaks showed a logo for Ninja versus Ninja in Poland. And it's either going to be really, really fast and cool because they do stupid easy obstacles anyways, or they're going to fail in such spectacular fashion it's going to be some of the funniest, most painful runs to watch. I also want to say we don't know if the tower is still there. We don't know if the racing is like qualifiers and semis only, or if it's like the stages and there's no Midoriyama anymore. We don't know. I can't tell. I don't know. If the tower isn't there, it goes lower on the ranking. If the tower is there, it stays here. And because I don't know, it's just kind of, yeah. But I have a feeling that Poland will end up being like a real wild card season this coming year, and I'm all for a wild card. I'm definitely down for a wild card. Number 4 is Sasuke 43. I just am not expecting a lot of changes from the course, but as I say here, Yusuke isn't the only contender anymore. And now it's not just a matter of how long until Yusuke wins. It's like, well, could someone else potentially do it before Yusuke? We've had, in the last 3 tournaments, 3 other people make it to the final. And, like, at least 2 of them have a shot. And then there's also, like, if Keitaro can figure out how to catch a reverse grab on Swing Edge, who knows? He might be able to get the burst, too. Like, there's a lot of things up in the air right now with Sasuke, and it's actually piqued my interest from a competitor standpoint. There's not so much a course standpoint. Number 3 is France 9. I missed having a full season of Ninja Warrior France on my screen this year. I really did. So I'm excited to have season 9 of France kicking off this year. Applications are open. They're going to film a little later. I believe they're filming actually in this early winter or spring. So it'll probably come out in summer. The format is always wild on that show, so I'm just really hoping they don't botch it with the format, but there's only really been like 1 or 2 formats that I don't really like, and they've done like 6. So statistics have shown me that I will probably enjoy this season no matter what, because it's just like they snorted a line of coke before designing the course and making the rules for the season, which I think is hilarious. Hi, Donovan. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. If Clément Gravier makes it to the final stage in Season 9 of Ninja Warrior France, he sets the all-time worldwide record for most consecutive times he's made it to the final. That'll be his 4th time making it to the final in a row. Jean Tezenos got close in Season 7. He didn't do it. I'd love to see Clément do it. I would love to see Clément do it. Yeah. So there's that. And number 2 is A&W 17. I am, this is a bit of nostalgia speaking, seeing like the old heads come back. Derek Nakamoto's coming back, Hidoko Abu, Rob Muravsky. Like, I always am like, oh, they're not going to do very good or whatever. But honestly, the fact that they're reusing old obstacles kind of makes me optimistic that they are not going to just straight up suck. I'm also curious as to see the format. Everyone's trashing on the format online. But to me, I've learned to just wait until execution. Let's see how it's edited. Let's see how it's presented. Let's see if it's easy to follow. And let's see if it makes for some entertainment. Because at the end of the day, if they're a TV show, you need to be entertaining. And if this can be entertaining, I don't know. And I also am kind of just hoping to see the current stars of the show obliterate the older obstacles, so people can stop saying that older obstacles are harder than these obstacles. It's ridiculous. That argument is ridiculous. So I'd like to see that completely shut down. Number 1 is Kunoichi 12. I am worried that there's just going to be like barely anyone who's going to actually do well in this tournament. I am genuinely worried that we're going to get like 3 clears on stage 1. But I don't care that it's Sasuke Light. I miss Kunoichi. And I'm honestly excited it's back. I enjoyed Kunoichi 9, 10, and 11 minus the pipe hold. And the pipe hold's gone. So, like, there's already something to celebrate here with Kunoichi. And I always appreciate that. I am worried about the results. So I am heavily relying on Ayano to win. I need Ayano to at least make it to the final stage, so that way I can just breathe a breath of fresh air, And I'm just saying, Yuko Mizuno on stage 3. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think the time limits are gonna just be so ridiculously generous on stages 1 and especially on stage 2 that if Yuko Mizuno can get through stage 1, she's cooking stage 2. She's cooking stage 2 so hard that we're going to have to call her Gordon Ramsay. Like, genuinely. Like, freaking, yeah, she better get that. That's where I stand. Numbers released earlier in the month, and it comes out January 13th. So, yeah. That's my ranking. Yuko still has it in her? No, quite literally no. We see her peel off of the Dragon Glider when she's training at Geo's, and it's like the first track of the Dragon Glider. That concerns me. But who knows? Maybe it'll change. I would like to see it change, especially considering Dragon Glider is just one track. Hopefully she can learn to hold on for one track for Kunoichi's sake. But yeah. I mean, she could, Evan. You have a point. And, there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of rookies who are coming in. And hopefully those rookies surprise us. I'm genuinely excited about Kunoichi 12. I'm, actually down to, host a watch party. I want Kunoichi's fun, man. I don't care. I don't look into it as deep as I do with Sasuke. Like, I do. I still judge, because, like, when I have to rank Kunoichi 12 at the end of 2025, like, I'm going to give it a fair ranking. But, like, Kunoichi's just fun, man. Kunoichi's if Sasuke stopped taking itself so seriously. And, like, I enjoy that about the show. So, yeah. And it comes out soon, so, like, I'm hyped. Let's go. We got, like, what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks till Kunoichi 12? I'm down. I'm so game for that. I'm so game. Alright, well, with that, I am going to wrap up the stream because I have quite a lot to get done. I have to finish editing part 3 of the marathon, which is the Sasuke 42 review coming out tomorrow. I am also going to be editing part 5. Part 5 is a special surprise video. I'm not telling you guys what it is yet. But it took me about a month to get that together. And part 4 is going to be the ranking of the specials of Ninja Warrior, just the specials. And then part 6, December 31st, the ranking of all of the shows, which is this list, factoring in qualifiers and semifinals. How does that change? That is going to do it for me, though. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one.